Have you started your hiring process yet? Well, I'm going to tell you 5 employees you need to avoid. Stay tuned. I don't know how to say this, but finding good employees is the hardest thing about business. There, I said it. When I first started my cleaning service, I thought the hardest thing on earth was going to be to find customers. I thought, who on earth would hire me and my company to clean their house or to clean their building? Who am I? Like, I'm not really anybody. I just started my cleaning service, so why would anybody hire me? Child, I was wrong. The hardest thing is finding employees. Well, let me scratch. Finding good employees. That is like the hardest thing to do. And I never thought that. Like, that shocked me. I did not think having a job and finding someone to fill that job position and then paying them would be so hard, but it is. So today I want to talk about something that I have learned, and I have put together the 5 types of employees to avoid. So let's go. Disqualified employee number 1, the one that can't follow instructions. So when I hire in my cleaning business, I like to make sure that people can follow instructions and follow direction. And here is why. Because when you're in the cleaning business, a lot of times, well, often you have to give your cleaners the address of where to go. Like, I do a lot of residential. I do commercial as well. But for residential, you have to give your cleaner the address, and they need to be able to find it. And you need to be able to tell them certain pain points about the customer, what they may want. They may be sensitive to certain smells or anything like that they may need to know. So they need to be able to find a location. They need to be able to understand if the key is in the mailbox. They need to be able to understand if there's a gate code. Just all those little things. That is so super important. So during the interview process, I like to give my potential candidates a lot of instructions that require follow through. Okay, so if I interview a candidate and we talk to them, if myself or my VA talk to them on the phone, we may say, okay, we're going to send you an email. Once you get this email, you have to do this to move on to the next process. You'll be surprised at how many potential applicants can't do that basic step. And maybe open up your email, click on this link, go to this web address and fill out this information to go on to the next round. People get stuck on that. And to me, it's just a sign that if I put you out in the field, you are going to be a problem. Or for example, when we have face-to-face interviews, I say, I'm going to send you a text message with the address. Meet me here at 3:00. You'll be surprised at people who cannot do that. So for me, if you can't do those basic steps, if you can't follow instructions, you can't follow directions, it's automatic no for me, dog. Disqualified candidate number 2, people who are always late. So listen, I understand that there's traffic. I understand that things happen. And I can understand it. But when you are constantly late for everything you're always not like 5 minutes behind, but you're a consistent like 15, 20, 30 minutes behind all the time, that I can't. That's too unpredictable. It's too unpredictable for me. It's too unpredictable for my VA, my virtual assistant. It's too unpredictable for my clients. And how I run a business, I don't operate like that. I don't operate on, I might get there, when I get there, or I may get there sometime. No, the client has to know around the time you're getting there, within at least 5 to 10 minutes. And if you can't tell me when you're getting there, or if I'm asking you where you are and, oh, I'm at my brother's house and I'm on my way, that's not how you run a business. You can't do it. It's a no. Disqualified candidate number 3, the one with bad hygiene. So this one was a shock for me. I have interviewed hundreds of potential cleaning applicants. And one of the things that's an absolute no for me is if you have bad hygiene, okay? I'm hiring for a cleaner. That means you not only have to clean, but you have to be clean. Like, you need to present yourself as clean. Like, I've seen women that will show up to interviews, no lie, it smelled like they smoked a pack of Newports before they came in for the interview. And I'm like, how on earth could I send you into a client's home that wants to be sterilized, disinfected? How can I send you into a house and you don't practice good hygiene? And here's the thing, people say, well, you could just let them know, like, maybe they have a smell. No, you know why? Because this is how this person is on a regular basis. I'm not out with my cleaners every day. I'm not doing that. Like, I need to know, if I send you to Mrs. Smith's house, you're not gonna smell like you smoked Black and Mild before you got there. So I have to know that before I put you out in the field. I'm just gonna say this. I've had a cleaner show up at a job and she had dried blood on her pants, like in the back, like maybe she was on her menstrual cycle. You can't do that. So as the owner of the company, I would say you really have to be careful about who you put out in the field, because they represent you. And if the person that's representing you and your business doesn't look clean, doesn't smell clean, that's not going to be a good look for you and your business. Those people who have bad hygiene, it's just a no. Disqualified candidate number 4, people who are mean. You will be surprised at how many people that I interview that are mean, like for no reason. Like, they show up to the interview and I'm like, I meet people, I try to be friendly and I try to be, explain who I am, explain what the company is about. And I will get people that I interview with and I'm trying to smile, and they will literally look at me like this through the interview. Yeah. Sure. I mean, just mean, or like have an attitude with me. Like, we tell people our meeting location for our interviews is typically at the same place, and we tell people in advance where it's going to be. And this one woman showed up and she was a little bit late. Yeah, I don't like that. But I kind of gave her a little leeway. She wasn't that late. And she showed up and she had an attitude with me because she couldn't find parking. And I'm like, what that got to do with me? Like, what if you go to a client's house and you can't find parking? Are you going to be mad at the client? Are you going to have an attitude with the client? Like, it just didn't make sense. So for me, when I'm interviewing people, like, if you're not smiling at me, if you're not showing some type of expression or something that lets me know you're alive and you're not just here because you just want some money, like, I cannot. It amazes me how people think they're going to go into somebody's house and then they're speaking to the person who's interviewing them and they're legit mean. Like, mean. That's a no for me. Like, I can't send it to my client's house like that. No. Disqualified candidate number 5. The employee that cannot work with anyone. As I'm interviewing candidates, I like to ask people about their background, their previous cleaning experience, and if they worked with other people, how do they like working with other people. And I see a lot of candidates who hate everybody they worked with, they've hated all of their bosses. They just hated everybody. That is a huge, huge red flag for me. Because if you hated all your bosses and you hated all your coworkers, that's a problem. Because eventually that's going to spill over. If I invite them to my company, eventually that attitude of I hate everybody, I can't get along with everybody, that's going to bring down the morale in my company. And my cleaners aren't going to want to be teamed with someone who can't get along with everybody. I would feel uncomfortable bringing that person on my team because I don't want her to interfere with the morale of my other cleaners who are able to work with people. And for me, I always feel like anytime you're out cleaning, you're cleaning, but you still want it to be an enjoyable experience. Nothing ruins a job more than bringing somebody on board that just hates everybody. It's just like a Debbie Downer. I try to really identify that potential employee that just doesn't get along with anyone, can't work with anyone, just has a bad negative attitude about everything and everyone. It's just not gonna work. So guys, that's all I have for the 5 type of employees I would avoid. And of course, there's some other things too, right? Like if you have somebody that comes along, you have to make sure that they can clean, obviously. You have to make sure they can pass a background check, obviously. But these are just some of the overarching things that I think some people don't think about when they are hiring, especially when they're hiring for service jobs, especially in the cleaning business. So do you guys have any horror stories about people you have hired? If so, let me know below. Let me know maybe some of the suggestions you may have for other people about, it's type of employees that people should avoid. I know there's more than 5 of the 5 tips that I've given, so share below and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will check you guys later. Bye.